America's unstable power grid. The North American power grid, the grid that keeps us all sane, keep us on our day-to-day journey, our voyage, our travel, and just our overall sense of well-being that we never thought about. Power. Electrical power. Us Americans needs to have more appreciation on this power, on the electricity, on the lights that guide us all. The reliability of North American bulk power system are at risk. But ask yourself, why? Is it due to the politics or lack of investments? How can we not invest in an aging infrastructure? What could be more important? The power grid is the largest, most complex, and most important machine ever constructed. What kind of society would we have if our power was compromised or we was just left in the dark without it? Burnouts and blackouts. Burnouts and blackouts have become common in some parts of the United States, affecting us all in a major way from the east to the west coast and down south to the Texas area. You might ask, what are brownouts? Well, a brownout is a partial reduction in voltage with an electrical power supply system. The duration of a burnout are typically temporary and can last from a few minutes to several hours. They are often caused by high demand on power grids, leading to intentional voltage drops by utility companies in order to prevent a total blackout or an overload of the power systems. Since we're talking about brownouts, we can't forget about those notorious blackouts. A blackout is defined as a total loss of power, electrical power, either in a localized area or a broader region. So it can be citywide, and then it can be countywide or statewide. And this is caused by disruptions to the electrical system. This loss of power, aka blackouts, can be caused by many factors, such as damage to the power grid, severe weather, or a higher demand of electricity exceeding the available supply. Just like winter season comes, everyone turns on the heat, everyone wants to get warm, there's more electricity being utilized, all at once. That creates a higher demand of electricity exceeding the available supply. Now, the length of a blackout is often determined by the extent of the damage. During a blackout, your community, your town, your city will experience a loss of essential services, such as the police, fire department, and ambulance will lose all communications. The loss of lighting and refrigeration will have a huge impact on our daily lives if we happen to be impacted for weeks and months at a time. Now here's a list of items essential in a blackout. 1. Candles, which will also need a lighter or matches to activate the candles. Also, in this category, we might as well add a fully charged USB light. Technology has improved. We have USB lights that we can keep charged. And there's good ones that even last 4 to 12 hours. Or just obtain a basic flashlight equipped with some batteries. 2. Water, of course. You definitely need water for drinking, especially needed for elderlies and infants. Also, water would be good for bathing if needed. 3. Radio, AM and FM, to get important instructions and directions. We can add a few pair of walkie-talkies to communicate with family and others. 4. First aid kit. Let's forbid that anything will happen to us in this crisis, especially getting hurt. But if it comes to that, first aid kit will be your go-to. Bandages, alcohol, peroxide, you name it. Make sure your first aid kit is well equipped. 5. Non-perishable foods. We definitely need those canned goods. We definitely need food that won't spoil, such as snacks, peanuts, granolas, crackers, or even if you have some preserved meats and fruits. Let's play our part as a U.S. citizen and cut back on some of the electrical we use on a day-to-day basis. Let's not consume too much. Let's not waste too much power. Let's go out there and enjoy the sun and have fun.